Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Here's Ryan. It's caught left side, Tammy. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Blunt, the lone running back. And they'll give it to him here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find big 87.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, here's Blunt. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady got a man. It's Amendola. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Danny Amendola from 19 yards away. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now it's Ryan. And he's got his man, the tight end Tammy. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Ryan. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Rob Ninkovich able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
with Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Here come the Patriots again on offense, the Super Bowl champions. And, boy, they have been able to do it a lot of times, Charles, with unsung heroes, haven't they? Look at the names that led them through the playoffs. Hogan, White, Lewis, guys you just wouldn't think of.
Yeah, Deion Lewis, a 5th-round pick, 3 touchdowns against Houston in the divisional round. Chris Hogan, undrafted. He ends up having 180 yards in receptions, including 5 plays of 20 yards or more against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And how about James White, a 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin? Think about who he played behind while he was at Wisconsin, and he turns out to be the unsung hero of the Super Bowl. Would have been the MVP if it wasn't for Tom Brady.
And you mentioned James White at Wisconsin. He was behind who? Melvin Gordon and Monte Ball, right?
That's correct.
Brady now to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback. Because
alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Okay, partners, New England comes out here to take the field on offense. This is such an interesting story, how they've been able to do it year after year after year. Guys talk about parity in the NFL. Well, New England has kind of transcended that parity, and they've done it with guys that you don't normally think of as household names.
The parts keep changing for New England. That's the amazing part on offense, all right? Offensive linemen change, receivers change, running backs change. We know the one constant is Tom Brady, and that's a huge deal for them. But to be able to do it in what you call the parity times, and you're exactly right, everyone's supposed to be pretty equal. New England still a top 10 offense year in and year out. In 2016, they were number 4, and that helped them with a number 1 ranked defense as well.
That throw good for only a couple and brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it?
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They slot Gronkowski outright. Brady now on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. And that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Brady will try again on second down. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Last year for Edelman, just below 100 receptions, 98, over 1,100 yards, 3 touchdowns. And, you know, this is a guy that gets a lot of pub for being that perfect receiver for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. What's his role going forward?
I think his role going forward is to be a bona fide #1 receiver in the NFL, meaning he's not just a Tom Brady receiver. He's that guy for anyone. And he spent so much time proving himself as he got into the league, just what you were talking about. Can I have a role here with New England? Now it's not just proving himself. It's continuing to develop in his craft. And I think he's going to just keep getting better and better. He never gave up on himself in his dreams, and he doesn't give up on any single play.
And Amendola with a catch. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up first and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now Brady again. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They slot Gronkowski outright. And here now it's second and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Throwing now is Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's going to get into the end zone. So cue up the Gronk spike. Gets a Patriot touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Gostkowski for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And out of bounds there on the kick. Now Ryan on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Levine Toilolo, the tight end, is intended target. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's
you know
go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Trying to lay one up deep. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. So we've reached halftime at a low. Do you seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. All right, here we go. 3rd quarter action now. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle. Starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. But Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. After the interception, here's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A good pickup there at 22.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Levine Toilolo from 3 yards out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down now after the pass completion. Brady to throw on second down. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. And they're going to speed things up here. On third and long, it's Brady. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Brady gives now to Blunt. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. On second down, here's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Again, it's Lewis. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Back now here on EA Sports. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Now a carry for Blount. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run again with Blount. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. On the tackle that time, Tyson Jackson. And quickly, they get to the line. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Brandon, with the way things are going with Tom Brady finding Gronk as many times as he has in this game and the team is winning, you think at some point maybe even Brady will do the Gronk dance?
Well, if he does that Gronk dance, Davis, that means you have to do that Gronk dance.
Trust me, partner, no one wants to see me do the Gronk dance.
You're right.
No one. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now Blount. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Courtney Upshaw, the linebacker, brings him down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing is Brady on third down. On the slant, he gets it to Gronkowski. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Two minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 3. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
You know, some teams use the running game just to bludgeon people. I think that Brady to Gronk does the exact same thing for them. Long, short, medium, they know how to connect.
In ways, it's sort of revolutionized the quarterback-tight end relationship. They can go, as you've told me before, they go medium, they can go short, they go long.
And the way that Gronk is used, he's not just a tight end. Oftentimes, they'll put him on the backside of formation as the single wide receiver, and he runs routes exactly that way.
Here's Blount. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if the guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past it, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw is Brady. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Brady going to go on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Adrian Claiborne in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
He's back to throw. It's caught left side, Tammy. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Brady going to throw here. And right side caught, Hogan. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots.